right, you guys, welcome, welcome. Super excited that you're here. It is August 20th, and I am so pumped that there's so many people who continually want to learn about these awesome drops. I was introduced to the drops in May of 2024, and I had every single one of these symptoms here. I'm actually 54 years old. And I was in the throes of menopause when I was introduced to these. I've had some other health challenges over the last like 20 years. And I had every symptom with the exception of acne. I've had the beauty of experiencing that in my adult life, but I didn't have that in May of 2024, but I had everything else. And I was kind of at a point where I felt like, oh my gosh, is this just the rest of my life, you know? And I don't know if you don't have to raise your hand, but that was my situation. And just trying everything. I had been doing everything. There's no other way to put it, right? And so that's what's so amazing about these drops is that so many of us, we have had a great experience with the drops where the food noise is gone, the hot flashes are gone, the fatigue is gone. We have better focus, better energy. So we don't make any medical claims or any income claims or anything like that here, but one thing we do share is we share our testimonials. So my personal one is that when I started on the drops, my A1C was elevated. I was pre-diabetic and I had been doing everything. I had been eating really healthy. I had been moving my body. I had been drinking my water, sleeping, all the things, but nothing was moving that needle until I started the drops. And I get my labs done every 3 months. And my doctor was blown away when I had my labs done about 3 months in. And she was like, oh my gosh, you are no longer pre diabetic. And I was like, yes, because I knew what that meant. I knew what it meant. And I wanted to accomplish that without medication. So that's really awesome. That was awesome for me. And what happened is that really motivated me to keep sharing about the drops. So the name of our company is partner.co. We're actually in over 50 countries around the world. And we actually just got an award that I saw today, and we're ranked number 2 in the whole, like out of like 700 companies, that we are number 2 with the momentum, the growth that we're having as a company globally. So that's a really big deal. So we're in awesome momentum, and the number one reason why is that we've got these great products. And the drops are the product that a lot of people like stop and take a peek and take a look at Partner Co. But as you can see here, there's so many other products. We have products that help with, collagen or better sleep or gut health or clean energy drinks, immune health, so many different things. And each one of these things listed here on this screen is actually a multi-billion-dollar industry alone, not together, alone. And that is the thing that I have been blown away by, is that these drops, we've already sold over a million, like millions and millions of bottles of these drops, okay? But is truly like a revolution with what's happening across the globe, because we're in all these different countries. So it's very exciting and it's a lot of fun, and people are getting healthier every day because of the drops. This is one of the reasons why I love the drops, is that they're backed by science, and they have this awesome doctor, Dr. Strand. He was part of the basically like the development of the drops, and he has been passionate. If you look him up on Amazon, you can see all of his books that he's written. One that's always sticks out to me is Death by Prescription. So he's an MD, got his MD from University of Colorado. He lives in South Dakota. He's turning 80 years old this year. I met him when I was in Canada just a few months ago. He acts nothing like a typical 80-year-old. He is youthful, vivacious. Like, I mean, he is incredible. But he has always been passionate about helping people get healthier with the food they eat, the water they drink, moving their body, and trying to accomplish it with just good things from the earth. He has been very passionate about that. And so, again, we need medication, right? But if we can accomplish, like, for me, accomplishing something like no longer being pre-diabetic with something holistic, that's what he's all about. So I love that he is our chief medical officer. But we've got a lot of clinical studies, like so many different tests that have been done on our products, and we're just going to focus on the drops and why the drops are a little bit different. So with the drops, you can lose weight faster than you can on diet alone. So I personally am down 17 pounds, several inches. I just lost another inch last week in my waist. So that was really fun. I mean, that's always really fun. So they're clinically proven, doctor recommended. They're going to be natural, safe, and effective. They're stimulant free, which is really important, and hormone free, which is also really important. So they're a body balancing drop, but they have no hormones. So that's really important I think for everyone to understand. So what I love about these drops is they are going to help balance your foundational hormones. What are those? That's your thyroid, your cortisol, your insulin, your ghrelin, and your leptin. Okay, it's going to help balance those out. And so when those get balanced out, what happens is you're feeling better. Like you're feeling better. For me, I don't want to call it my food noise, but the food noise that I have had literally my whole entire life went away. So what happened is I started craving good food, like vegetables and lean meats and healthy fats, instead of, even though I ate healthy, I still had cravings for unhealthy things. So, but more energy. I mean, just better mood. That's probably one of the main things also that my family noticed right away, is that my mood was definitely better. I was just happier, more joyful. And I've had a thyroid condition for many years. And so I love that it supports. It's actually one of the reasons I started on the drops, is like, I was like, oh, it could support my thyroid. Awesome. And then obviously I already talked about the supporting the blood sugar. So I've already mentioned this, but this is our approved food list. What is this list? This is not, so we're not about a diet. We don't restrict calories or anything like that. What we do is we take our liquid discipline, which is the drops, before our three biggest meals, and we focus on eating the lean meats, the vegetables, some fruits, there's a few fruits, and healthy fats. Why? This is a low glycemic index food list. And what it's going to do is it's going to help to reset your body. And one thing that sometimes people are like, oh, well, how long do I need to eat like this? Well, a lot of people, they can do this for 90 days, 120 days, and be really disciplined and honestly achieve the results that they want. But what we really want you to do is we want you to get healthier. And so what the drops do is they are, like I said, they're going to cut those cravings. For me personally, because I've had a lot of health challenges, I mean, chances are I'm going to eat really close to this list for a long time. I mean, that's my goal for the rest of my life. Why? Because I actually feel better. And, so maybe when you achieve your goal, maybe you're going to eat like 80-20 or 90-10. So that's kind of just touching on that a little bit. So what I would love to do now is I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna see if Katrina is available. Are you there, Kat?
Hi.
Hi. I'm gonna pull up your picture. So hold on just a second.
Okay.
Sorry. How are you doing?
I'm amazing. Thank you. Thank you for asking me to share.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited for you to share. So I'm going to share your picture right here. So hold on just a second. Thanks for your patience. So this is my friend Katrina. And Kat, I would love for you to share just why the drops and what's happened here.
Okay. Well, thank you for asking. So it's very interesting because Anne asked me to take a picture when I started the drops, and then just recently, like a couple days ago, and I didn't think I would see any differences. And I was actually blown away because I felt like I'm not really losing I didn't start the drops to lose weight. I started the drops because I was suffering from debilitating migraines. I mean, the kind where they pretty much controlled my life, didn't leave home without my medication, had the crazy conversations in my head. If I would start getting a migraine, do I take this? But then the side effects, and it was just awful. And it was actually torture. So I suffered, for 15 years, it was terrible. But anyway, so when I started the drops, actually, I was very skeptical. And thank goodness my biggest cheerleader, my sister Janine, sent me some. And I took them because I love her and I want to support her. But I tried everything and spent so much money on doctors and supplements and potions and things, just desperate, on my knees praying just to get rid of these migraines. And so I took the drops because I knew she was going to ask me, right? So she kept me accountable. And after the 30 days, she's like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I'm okay. And then I document my migraines just to see if I can figure out why I was getting them. And I was like, wait, I didn't have a migraine this entire month. And that was huge. And then I was like, well, actually, I'm sleeping. Well, wait a minute. I'm not having like my leg cramping when I'm sleeping. Like all these little things that I wasn't paying attention because I was just busy with my life. But when I stopped for a second to think about it, I was like, wow, this is really huge. So then another month went by and no migraine. And so now I'm like literally carrying those drops with me everywhere because to me, they are a miracle worker. And so I am on my 4th month. I have not had a migraine. Like I have not had to take any medication. I feel so good about just the health of just my body. And then when Anne said, take this picture, because I was like, I really just didn't care about the weight, but I was like, if I could lose 5 pounds, that would be great. And then I saw the picture and I just saw the inflammation and that was gone. And it just really just built my belief that, these drops are way more than weight loss. I literally got my life back. And I don't go to my husband saying, I feel like I want to cry. And he'd say, why? And I'd say, I don't know. And he wanted to help me, but it was just my overall, just how I was feeling. And so I'm just so grateful. And even if I wasn't building this business, I would be sharing these drops with everybody because when people say that they've been transforming, because they've lost a lot of weight, I see that, but it's the successes behind the scenes that you can't necessarily see. Although I look at this picture and I'm like, wow, but it was more about, I am migraine free. And to me, that is like literally the miracle I've been on my knees praying for a very long time. So thank you for asking. I always feel like if this can help one person, like I've got to keep sharing because if I can help one person, it's worth it.
Yeah, and that's it. You know what a gift. You I think are probably the second person that I know personally that doesn't have migraines anymore. I think we're gonna anyway, but again, we're not making any medical claims, you guys, but this is really a big deal. Like to be able to so Kat, I'm so happy for you and just really proud of you because it is debilitating when you have that. I mean, anyway, it's hard for people to imagine like me because I have other challenges, but migraines are not one of them. And when I get one, I'm like, I don't know, how do people live like this? So the next person that I would love to share is Rachel. Rachel, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm going to share your picture. Is that okay?
Yes, go
Okay,
ahead.
great. Okay, great. Here we go. All right, there you go. So I would love for you to share, Rachel, about just what have the drops done for you?
So for me, it started so I'm 50. I just turned 50 this year. And I wanted to, I always said that I wanted to be like healthy and lose some weight by the time I was 50, but that didn't happen because every time I'd look at the scale, it would go up and up and up and up. So I called my friend, Dr. Laura Fortner, and for something other than, I wasn't even looking for the drops. The drops had found me. Like, I honestly think like they were God sent to me because I didn't even know anything about this product. And so I explained to her my symptoms. I was, it was perimenopause, just all those types of things where you're not sleeping, just my joints hurt. I just didn't feel good, not sleeping well. I was laughing at that insomnia picture because I felt like that was me looking at my phone at night. But so anyways, yeah, so I got on the drops, and in 4 days on the drops, I was down 4 pounds, and I was I was kind of skeptical, not super skeptical because I trust my friends, but yeah, I couldn't even believe it. I felt after a while like I love food, like I love to eat. I just am the type that I crave salt, I crave chocolate, and then I crave salt again, like that kind of thing. And that, like you talk about the food noise for me is completely gone. Um, I can now make the right choices, the right decisions
Yeah.
for what I'm eating. So that helps. And like the appetite, it's just it's so much easier to be healthy. And like you say, it's the drops help, with that part of
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
everything.
my gosh, I'm so happy for you. And isn't it freeing when you don't have the food noise?
Yes.
Like you have freedom. Like my husband I don't think he's ever had food noise in his whole life. And I always used to think he was just really disciplined. And now I'm like, no, he just was balanced.
Oh my
You
gosh.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it really is, it's very freeing, and it's just so I am so proud of you for
Thanks.
very proud of you because it is a leap of faith to, to trust your friend and to say like I'm going to do this. So
Mhm.
thanks for sharing, Rachel. I'm really excited for you,
Oh,
and
can I add one more thing?
yes, please,
I am
please.
down 15 pounds in 45 days.
That's incredible.
Hmm.
So you're gonna have to take some more pictures
Oh, I will.
and brag on yourself. And then
Yeah.
also, like I said, like I told Kat, make sure that if you have a good selfie from before, keep
Hmm.
taking one every month. So if you are a guest on this call, and you're like gonna start the drops or you just started the drops, make sure you have a good picture of your face. Like it's okay, it's great if you take a picture of your body, but like just make sure you take a picture of your face. And then every month, track what that looks like because it is fantastic how that, again, we're not making any claims, but how that inflammation comes down. So I want to encourage you to do that as well, Rachel. So congratulations. That's fantastic. Okay, so I have another person I want to share. And that is my friend Lisa Finn. Are you there, Lisa?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, I would love for you to share.
Sure.
I'm
Perfect timing. I
pulling up
just
your
pulled in
pic-
I just pulled in my driveway. So
Okay, let me share
all
your
all that
picture.
to say, you guys, we can do this business in the nooks and crannies of our life, right? And Anne's gonna share about that too. But she's pulling up my before and after, and I very much connect to what Kat said. I was introduced to the drops. I had a week-long headache at that point in time. I started getting migraines about 2 years ago, but I was having tension headaches every single day. And when I met with Stacy, I saw her posts, and then we had a lunch together, and I said, "Just tell me about the drops." And she told me about them, and I thought, "Okay, I've had a headache for a week. I know I'm healthy. I do all the right things. I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated. I feel like I try and do everything right, and my body's just fighting against me." And I just thought, like, okay, I have nothing to lose. These are natural products. They don't have any harmful side effects. Like, what is the worst that can happen? And what's the best that can happen is what happened, you guys. 2 weeks later did not have any headaches. I haven't had one since. I used to have to carry Excedrin around with me everywhere and was like, oh, if I don't have it, like I'm worried because what happens if I start to get a headache during the day and I don't have it with me? And now I don't have that anymore. And the freedom that I have experienced from just not having those daily headaches or worrying about getting a migraine is incredible. And the energy difference between, I don't know, 2 and 3 o'clock on, where I was like really getting into craving caffeine at that point in time. I never used to be like that, but I'd be like, oh man, is it 2 o'clock yet? Like I need my afternoon caffeine, and I don't have that anymore. My body overall just feels so much more balanced. I don't have brain fog. And what you see here in this picture is a 90-day transformation that I knew was happening, but I was so much more focused on those non-scale victories and freedoms that I was feeling that I like literally had to remeasure myself because I thought I did it wrong at 90 days. I lost 12 inches, you guys. 12. It's not actually that many pounds. Like it's a total of 7 pounds, and it really was like 2 or 3 pounds for a while. And this difference is huge. I have struggled with body image issues, and I bring that to Jesus daily, but I also think that it is about just whole body wellness, mentally and physically. So I'm doing that work mentally, I'm doing that work spiritually. This has helped me do that work physically, and I have so much freedom in my head from negative self-talk too, that I have so much more space to think about other things, right? Because I'm not obsessing all the time and having negative, trashy thoughts about myself. And so that's work. I get it. Like I'm still a work in progress on that, right? But what these drops have done is finally helped move that needle. So all the good things that I've been doing, it feels like they're worth it now, right? When you feel like your body's fighting against you, that's so frustrating. It makes you want to just be like, well, then I guess I just won't work out hard anymore. Why am I waking up at 4:30 in the morning every day to work out when nothing's happening as a result of that, right? And I just want to encourage you guys, whatever you're feeling, whatever you are experiencing, I do not believe that we were made to walk around this earth accepting feeling like blah. Okay. I believe that every single one of us is made for more than that. We are designed to live optimally. And that's what these drops are bringing for people in so, so many ways.
That is awesome. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for sharing,
My
Lisa.
pleasure.
You're so awesome. All right, I'm gonna get back to my slideshow, and then I'm gonna so hold on just a second here. I was right there. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna just kind of go through these very quickly, these next few slides, and then Laura, if you're available, I'd love for you to be able to share just a little bit more. So I'm just going to pop through these because again, we've just heard from a lot of people, and but these are all, a lot of these people I've met them. And so it's really fun to share their stories, and to know that that our company is all about real people, real results, like just like we're sharing these testimonials tonight. So what I love here is Misty has had this huge transformation, right? But she also, like, look at her skin, like, so what happens, we've had some great testimonials of people on our team. That one person, she wasn't going to be on tonight, but she is an ultrasound tech, and so she's able to see some of the things happening on the inside of her body. And so like this picture of someone's skin getting better, it just makes me think about like what's happening on the inside, that these drops are helping so much. This is someone that she chose to do a fitness competition and use the drops to like get to that fitness competition weight and everything and win, but she did it in a healthy way. A lot of times that's achieved in an unhealthy way. This is one of our doctors. She's a chiropractor by trade. She's had a lot of health issues her whole life, an autoimmune condition, and she's released over 160 pounds and kept it off. It is so great. The drops have been around for about 13 years. And so we have a lot of testimonials, and it's so fun to meet these people in person and see that, they're like, not only did they lose the weight, but they've kept it off. And Dr. Crystal Vance, she's even released more than that now. So it's really amazing. The drops are for all ages, men and women, and we're just really passionate about helping people get healthier. And so I would love for Laura, if you're there, I'd love for you to share like why you love the drops and what's different about this product for you.
Laura, before you answer, could you answer the questions in the chat too in your response? So
Sure.
there's a couple science questions in there.
Yeah. I am an OBGYN functional med doc and actually had been prescribing quite a few supplements for mainly, obviously, perimenopause, menopausal women, although I would have their husbands as well sometimes. And, what was interesting is when you take supplements, people have different degrees of absorption rates. And not all the time do they get what's in that capsule or pill or supplement unless it is sublingual or 100% bioavailable, just like the drops are. And so what was happening was I was switching a lot of my patients over to these drops for the bioavailability because they had about 8 different ingredients that I was writing individual prescriptions for. So, and then we were getting incredible results switching over to that. So that is one of the things of how I really have just love the drops in so many ways. And what the drops do is they really balance out our hormones. Okay. So they have ingredients down to the biological level to really help the pathways in cortisol, leptin, ghrelin, insulin resistance, along with the sex hormones that we all know about, right? And thyroid. So, the science behind it is really working at the level of the biological pathway. And without getting too sciencey, these drops can be for really any age range. They can, even be for young people as long as they're over 100 pounds. I know I actually have had them on a couple teens that have had really amazing results losing some weight. And there's no known interactions that we know about with these drops and taking other supplements like creatine or anything else. People can take them in conjunction. They can take them with bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. They can take them with a lot of medications they're on. There's no reports of any interactions. And so I think I might have addressed all of those questions. Negative side effects. There can be an adjustment period in the first week or two just for detox. You can have some detoxification symptoms while your body is balancing with the drops. And obviously, we want people to drink a lot of water and all that kind of thing, but they can have a few like headache or fatigue or some achiness that will go away continuing on the drops. So that's, I think I've answered everything with that. What happens when you stop taking them? That's a great question too. What's so wonderful is, if I go back to the science, what happens is deep on the cellular level, you are changing biological pathways with the ingredients in these drops, and these biological pathways then will take over. So your metabolism and getting into fat burning mode is really what happens in many different avenues of the biological pathways. So once that happens, your body tends to take over and you can get off of them. I will tell you in my own experience, I got off of them. I maintained my weight. I had no issues, but I actually went back on them because of how I feel on them. I just love the sleep it gives me. I can't get a sleep like that unless I'm on them. And just incredible sleep. And by the way, that's the number one thing you could do for your longevity is sleep really well and very deep. And then the second thing is it just helped my mood so much. So I went back on them. It's not harmful to take long term.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. And that's, I mean, Laura, thank you so much. That was me. That's me too. Like I'm so much happier and better sleep and focus and I personally take bioidentical hormones. And I'm also on medication for my thyroid. And then I've got some other autoimmune stuff that I have to take a medication for. So, um, and I'm able to do it all with the drops and it doesn't interfere. And my doctor actually loves that I'm taking the drops. So, cause she's noticed a difference and my labs look really great. Like I just had an appointment last week. So I do love what the drops give us and what they, provide. And, it's amazing. And so what we're going to touch on now is just like how to get the drops. So you can buy them from your brand partner that asked you to get onto this call. And they're 167. So they actually on the website retail for 176 and we sell them for 167. So we're saving our customers tax and we're putting the tax and shipping all in that 167. And so we're saving our customers actually a little bit more than $30 when they purchase the drops from us. The other option that you have is you can become a preferred customer and you save 15% off. And it's basically a subscription that you are signing up for. The other option is to become a brand partner. When you do that, it's $29.95. You're gonna get the same discount that we get, which is 30% off, and you're gonna get a replicated site, back office, great award-winning tools, and you have the option to, purchase your product at a discount, like right here, the 4-pack. It's great for customers. You're gonna get 120-day supply, and it's $371. You can also turn around and sell those drops. Retail them for $167. You're going to collect $668 and you're going to pay back your investment and your profit's going to be $297. Then what a lot of people have done, a lot of us have done who are building this, creating an additional income stream, as we have basically turned our social media into profit, but also just a very positive space where we're sharing a lot of wins, a lot of information about this stage of life of menopause and then also just some of my other health challenges I've had. And so it's a great opportunity. All these people, they've sold so many boxes. And so and we're really passionate about helping people get healthier naturally. And then if someone wants to create an additional income stream, we teach you how to do it. And how do we do it? One of the gals that you saw in a couple pictures back, her name is Ashley. I actually met her in person a couple of weeks ago in Columbus. She created this system and it's called our system of growth. We use something called Boards. It's an app that you can have on your phone. You can also have it on your computer, and it truly is a plug and play system so that people can they can share this. They don't have to be a digital creator. They can share the product and create an additional income stream here with Partner Co. So if you are interested in doing that, we also have a couple of other packages. One is a 10-pack. And so it's $880. When you sell each one for $167, you're going to collect $1,670. You're going to pay back that investment of $880, and your profit's going to be $790. So when I got started, this was the biggest package that we had available. So this is what I purchased. But now we have something called our 30-pack. And what I love about this, because I act like I'm not a numbers person, but I am a numbers person because I do figure out what the best return on investment is. And that's what this is. So what this does is you get to purchase it for $2,300. We always sell our boxes of drops in the United States for $167. What this package does is you're gonna, I mean, the return on investment is phenomenal. You're gonna collect $5,010, pay back that investment of 2,300, and your profit is going to be over $2,700. But the other benefit of doing this is that with our company, we have something like we have this kind of like 4 weeks to get to this thing called that we call top pay. Once we establish top pay with the company, it we're set there for life. So it's what it is it's 30% upfront income for life. So the 30 pack kind of checks that off the list if you are interested in creating an additional income stream here. But we are very passionate about helping people get in where they fit in. And that's one of the things that we do and we talk about. And but we have like honestly, like the thing that's amazing about this product is that it is viral. When I found out about this product, I wanted it yesterday. I was like, how can I drive to your house and get that product? And she lived in Maryland. So that's why it's really fun. We love selling the drops and we love helping people get healthier and reclaiming their health. And like Laura talked about, like just like sleep itself is the greatest gift that we can give ourselves so that we can have longevity. And you know, I don't know if any like Laura or Stacy, if you guys want to add anything, but we're so glad that you all joined us tonight and just thrilled that you want to learn more about these drops and learn more about how to share them with others if that's something that's tugging on you to do. All right. Well, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening. And I'm going to stop the recording. And then if anyone has any other questions, please stay on and we'll be happy to answer those.
Yeah, I think Alina or Alina, I'm not sure how you say your name.